Good day. Today I want to show you my latest acquisition. It's a Mercedes Favorit typewriter made in the 20s or 30s, and it's a very nice typewriter. It looks very mechanical, and I love it. I just couldn't resist. I went to the shop and asked the owner how much do you want for it. He says 50, and I went down and looked at it, and I discovered a crack in the casting on the side, and also a crack in the space bar, and a very crude weld in the back, and all the types wouldn't work. They were just jammed solid. And I told him that, and I said, well, I'm gonna give you 20. And he just looks onto the bottom knowing he has lost, and he just said, yeah, 20 is the deal. And for €20 I got a perfect typewriter. It's just so nice. One of the best features are these knobs on the sides here. They screw out like that. Then you can remove the tab and backspace keys, lock it in shift, and then put the carriage in the middle. And voila! Out comes the middle section. This is an ingenious design. Basically, I guess it was meant for either a quick assembly in the line or a quick repair as well. It just shows how practically orientated these guys were back then. Because, try and find a typewriter or any device that works similarly nowadays. You won't find anything. The design on this typewriter is extremely cool. And it's very practically orientated as well. So, it works like any ordinary typewriter. And just let me reassemble this. This is the backspace here. Then you have a tabulator system. And, just screw your paper in. The knob on the right is just normal turning the barrel. And the knob on the left disengages the detent. So there's no more ratcheting compared to that. And, then you can just go ahead and start writing. Here you have your color selector. So this is just stencil, nothing happens. And then you have black. Let me get a little quicker here. So this stencil, nothing happens. Then you have black, normal, and then you have red, and it just goes up like that. So, it's a lovely design on this machine. Here you have the bell, which hits the margin here, like that. And when you hit the second step, all the types will lock up and you can't type anymore. Then you have a special ribbon size. It's not the ordinary, I think it's 12 or 13 millimeters, but rather in the range of 15 millimeters. It will work with a normal 12 millimeter though, as I have it right now. I still have to find whether these are produced at all still. Here on the side you can see the bracket that I made to fasten the two parts together again. It's not the most pretty solution, but it works really well, and it is far less laborious than trying to weld it, and then I would need to repaint it and everything. It would just be too much work. And this just works perfect. Before that, each time you hit the line space lever, you just push the entire carriage back. So this is a good solution for it. I also did the same thing here with the space bar, and you can just still see there's that tiny bolt looking through from the bottom, but that's just all you'll see of it. Then you have all the standard functions of a typewriter. Here's the line space lever, then you have your margin sets here, and there's the paper release. Then you have the paper barrel. Here's the space adjusting, so how many spaces you want. and the ratchet remover, whatever you call it. So this is how it sounds with it engaged, and this is with it disengaged. It just removes the ratcheting of it. Okay, the ribbon reverse is done automatically. Down there you can see the set of gears. They're driven by the spool here. So when you this moved, then all the gears are moving, and they're transporting the ribbons. Then here we have the back of the machine, and the things you can see here are the tabs. So these things, this way they're all disengaged, and when you put them in, they're engaged. Unlike the usual way of tabulator systems, you don't have every possible space for a tab. Here there are just 4 fixed tabs, which you can move along here. And this is all done completely manual, so you don't have a button on the front to engage them or anything. And then when you hit the tabulator key, this finger reaches in and then stops at each tab. The gear you can see here is for the individual spacing of the letters. It's all exposed mechanic. That's what I like about these old typewriters so much. And here on the side, that's the little crude weld that I talked about earlier. I think it must have hit the bottom from a high height somewhen. So here, I guess there was a crack and they welded it back on. Same thing on the other side. But well, otherwise it's mechanically completely okay. So, well, enough talking. I'll show you some detail views now.